Hello, and welcome to Math Lessons with Linda. As we're getting started in a new school year, let's get started with some different ways that we can do factoring. Today's lesson is factoring with dots, and that stands for a difference of two squares. And when we say two squares, what we really mean is two perfect squares. So an example of that would be, if I'm using variables, it would be a squared minus b squared. The difference means subtraction, and the two perfect squares are the a squared and the b squared. The good news about this method of factoring is that it's the same every time. So you're going to set up two sets of parentheses, and in each parenthesis, we're going to take the square root of the first term, and we're going to put one of those factors in each parenthesis at the beginning. Then we're going to take the square root of the other term, and we're going to put one of those factors in the second position in the parentheses. One of our parentheses must be addition, and the other one must be subtraction. And this pattern that we're using here is what we're going to use for all difference of two squares factoring problems. So here's our first one. 9x squared minus 4. Now, what it might be easiest to do before you start the parentheses is just take the square root of each of these terms, make sure it's a perfect square, and make sure that you're subtracting. So we have the subtraction, and if I take the square root of 9, I get 3, and the square root of x squared is x. There's my first perfect square. And for the second term, I take the square root of 4, which is 2. So now we're going to model this after the parentheses up here. I'm going to have two sets of parentheses. I put a 3x and a 3x in each of the first positions. And then I put a 2 and a 2 in each of the second positions. One of them has to be addition, the other one has to be subtraction, and this is my final answer. That's how I factor a dots. So let's try one more. And this time what we're going to do is we're going to put the number first, and then we're going to put a variable. So let's try this. 16 minus 25m squared. So again, the square root of 16 is 4. The square root of 25 is 5. And the square root of m squared is m. When the variable is not at the beginning, right? We have just a number here. Our variable's at the end. You keep the terms in the order that they come in your problem. So what that means is this 4, it's going to go in the first position here. And the 5m, it's going in the second position. Don't rearrange it, because then you're changing the problem, because you're changing where the sign is subtraction. So I'm going to make one of these plus and one of these minus, and this is my factored form for using the difference of two squares.